So I thought that this looked interesting. I was on my YouTubes, and apparently Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery. So let's see what that's about. I didn't know that that was a thing. So let's see what that means, if it means what I think it means.
Experience.
Desperate people.
Those are the same people that I'm going to spend $30 on the lottery every day for like fucking 50 years and don't know how much.
That's another scam.
Yeah,
that's another scam. Not only is that a scam, here's the scam about the lottery. Not only does, like, say if everyone pumps money into the lottery, say you buy $100 worth of tickets and Jamie buys $100 worth of tickets and I buy $100, so there's $300 in the lottery. There's not even $300 available if you win.
Right.
So, and then if you win, you don't get all the money. You get the money over a long
but
period
they always give
of
you
time.
Options, but
right. But if you take the second option, it's a significantly, like, here's a good example of it. Speaking of the Epstein files. His
what do you mean, speaking of
company,
Epstein
Zorro Trust.
I didn't like that transition. You looked me right in my eyes and said, speaking of the Epstein
Well, Epstein,
files.
We were talking about it before the podcast.
No, you
Epstein
was
came to see you.
No, Epstein did not fucking come to see me.
They loved your show.
Yo.
He was a #1 fan.
First of all, I've never...
You don't know. Look, they came to West Palm Improv because you're a famous comedian and you were playing in the town where he lived.
So what are you saying?
Nothing. But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is Epstein won the lottery. His company, Zorro Trust, won an $80 million lottery. And then they took the payoff.
That seems wild.
It was only $30 million.
A ticket, or you mean within corporation? What do you mean when you said
his company bought a ticket for the lottery?
Oh, really?
Yes, Zorro Trust, which is his company. They won the lottery, which is very suspicious. Not only that, he won the lottery right after he was arrested and went to jail for fucking kids or having sex or whatever he was arrested for. Sexual hand jobs, whatever it was. So
there's nothing wrong with a sexual hand job.
No, but when they're underage girls, probably not good.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So then when he went and got the lottery money, the company took the payoff. The payoff out of an $80 million payment, the $80 million jackpot, was only $30 million.
Yeah,
so you want the money.
That is rough. That is rough. Looking at, like, let's do that really quick. Like, let's go power. Can I spell it, though? Powerball right now. Look at that. That's even worse than what Mr. Rogan is. No, it's actually it's the exact same. Estimated jackpot today, or whatever. The next estimated jackpot, $190 million. But if you want the cash today, like, that's 190 paid out over 30 years. But if you want the cash today, $89.1 million, which is a lot of money, but it is less than half of the actual jackpot you won, and you're kind of entitled to.
So not only did they take 50 out of the 80, but then you think about how many people spent money buying lottery tickets. It's way more than 80 million. Right. So they make money off of that, and then they make money off of the fact that you want the payoff instead of the over 30
So they
years.
never could. It doesn't matter what the jackpot becomes. They never can lose.
They can't lose
because they're
stealing money from people that are desperate.
Right.
It's legalized gambling where the house always wins.
Right.
Like, let's find that out. Like, let's find an average jackpot of megabucks and find out how much money actually goes into it, how much money people spend versus how much money the payout is.
So when all lottos are state regulated, right? Right?
I don't know who regulates them.
So they get, say,
I think it depends on the lottery.
$100 million from people trying.
Because, like, Powerball is across the whole nation, the whole United States. But then Texas has a bunch of its own lotteries.
$1 billion. It's because the state regulated. Do they have to pay taxes to the government for the money they?
The lotto? No, it's the state. Well, or it's the government owns it. So it's a whatever the. Not only that, you pay taxes on it. So say if
the
you
winner
get that,
pays taxes.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
So say if you take that $30 million payout, you don't even get $30 million. Then you have to pay taxes on that $30 million. So they get money from that too. So they can't fucking lose.
But for a person that's never seen, barely seen $1,000 anywhere, anything with $1 million, they're gonna be excited about and take it before.
Exactly. And
Yeah, that is that. I
time,
mean, that is the silliness of this. It's kind of like, like when someone, oh man, it kind of whatever, dude. When someone wins a car, you can tell who the poor person is in the room because then they're like, oh, well, you have to pay taxes on that. Oh, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that. Like, you just want a fucking car. You just want a car. You just want a car. Yeah, pay your taxes and then sell the car if you need to. You already have a car. You want some money. Let's say the car you want is 40 grand. You're going to owe taxes on that. Let's say it's 20%, although I think it's significantly less, like maybe closer to 10. Could be wrong. Could be even less than that. I don't know. But let's say it's 20. That's 8 grand in taxes. So now your car's 32,000. And then you have to sell it for a little cheaper because you drove it a little bit. Whatever. You just won $25,000. Give me a break.
People are not going to win. So most people are dumping money into it.
There was a story of a young lady. I don't know exactly what it was. I think she won some type of lottery where they gave her 2 options. She would get, I think it was like a payout of like $2 or $3 million right up front, or they give her, I think it was like $20,000 every month for as long as she lived.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
And she did this. Well, people think that it's kind of crazy, but if you consider the fact that she was probably 21, her life expectancy she was white, so she probably lived to 132. You know what I'm saying? She looked like, that was a smart, a lot of people would not understand that. That was a smart thing. But
I don't think it's for the rest of your life. I think it's until it reaches that number. I don't think they're going to give you money for the rest of your life.
Well, maybe I was reading the headline.
Maybe it's a different kind of lottery that I'm not aware of.
Maybe I think it was something as long as she lives.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Typical Mega Millions jackpot run, total ticket revenue is usually several times the advertised jackpot. But there's no single fixed average because sales vary enormously with the jackpot size. Still, you can get a good ballpark. So around 50% of ticket revenue goes into the overall prize pool. So the government makes 50% right off the bat.
Right.
So if it's a $100 million payout, they already made $100 million. So this $200 million is what they made. They throw in $100 million for everybody. Of that prize pool, roughly 2/3 to 3/4 is allocated to the jackpot, with the rest funding lower tier prizes. So that means even if there's $200 million, out of the $100 million, only 2/3 of it goes into the big jackpot. And that means the jackpot is typically in the order of 1/3 of total ticket sales that run. And then out of that 1/3, so say if it's $100 million, or with the Epstein case, it was $80 million. He took the payout, which was $30 million. So they make $50 on top of that. And then on top of that, you pay taxes on that $30. It's a crazy scam.
What do they do with the money?
Whatever the fuck they want.
I think they in certain neighborhoods, I think they probably pump a certain amount of winning tickets into a neighborhood just to get you addicted to keep going in there and spend your money.
Well, it's supposed to be random. You know, I don't know how much oversight. Look, if a guy like
I think the money for jackpot stuff goes to schools. I think I'm wrong. Where does the money for jackpots go? Lottery. That was like the worst way to ask this. Where's the... I want the AI answer, actually. The AI answer worked... Oh, that wasn't the AI answer. That's just from a thing. The remaining half goes towards costs including a lottery, administration, and retail commissions. Yeah, the retail commissions make sense. Like the 7-Elevens and stores like that do have to pay for... They should get revenue, right? They have to get revenue. I thought I went to schools. Let's just search 2 schools. In Texas, 24 to 27% of lottery revenue is directed to the Foundation School Fund, which supports public education, including teacher salaries, bilingual education, and special education. While the lottery has generated over $34 billion for Texas schools since 1992, it acts as a supplement for the state's education budget rather than full funding. Okay. Okay, so winners, 63 to 67% goes to prize payouts. Education, 24 to 27% is directed to the Foundation School Fund, benefiting K through 12 public education. Retailer admin get 5 to 9%. Veterans, a small percentage, roughly 0.3 to 0.4, supports the Texan Veterans Commission. Okay. So there is some shit that goes to
I don't know how much oversight is it. I know back in Boston when I lived there, Whitey Bulger won. See if this is true. I think he won the lotto twice, which is crazy.
Whitey Bulger, who was that? That sounds like
Whitey Bulger was a South Boston mob boss in the 1980s when I lived there, the 1980s and 90s.
A mob boss?
Yeah, he was a dangerous guy. He was the guy that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio starred in with Jack Nicholson. What was that movie, Jamie? Remember that movie that was based on Whitey Bulger? The Departed?
Yeah, Departed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was based on Whitey Bulger.
He was a gangster?
Oh, yeah. Terrifying gangster. Yeah.
What was his demise?
He was actually a fucking FBI informant. Not only was he a gangster, he was working with the FBI and they were letting him get away with it.
That's it. We got it. Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery, but also Whitey Bulger won the lottery twice. It's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if they have a little, like, it's random except for once a year where we gotta pay someone off, but we need to move the money right in front of the public. Very interesting. Very interesting. Epstein winning the lottery. That's odd. Odd timing, too. Odd timing, too. Right when he has probably some legal fees to pay for. Very odd.